Be one for the ages. Welcome back to Realities May Vary, the podcast that does whatever we want because you ain't the boss of us. I'm Brian Noonan. That's Cody Gough. Hi, Cody. How are you?
Hello, Brian. We're on week 2 of trying to find a job, and I'm already over it.
You're over it?
Yeah.
Well, I saw you just tweeted that the amount of depression is, I'm paraphrasing, it's appropriate to how many cover letters you've written?
Yeah.
Listen,
that seems right. But I'm excited about today's show. Get ready, folks. It's going to be a real banger and mash. On today's episode, Cody's going to do his best to not drop F-bombs. I have a 10 milligram THC, 30 milligram CBD edible in my hand. We'll see how long it takes him to get to that. I've also got a glass of Revolution Straight Jacket right here, which I think might be my favorite beer of the year. This is like my 6th 4-pack of this stuff I've gotten. It's aged barley wine. So good. And a special guest that is going to definitely be more entertaining than me because he's way better at broadcasting. But that's fine. Because I don't care about anything anymore. I'm over it. I don't care. My kids were late partly because my children both decided to melt down. Brian, I know you had one kid. It turns out when you have 2 kids that melt down at the same time, that's untenable. And since I love my wife, I decided that I would choose her over the show for a few minutes as we calm things down to the best of our ability.
And you do that with a pillow to the face? How do you do that?
I don't know. Usually her black magic sorcery, they like her. Right. And she feeds the one, so, that helps.
That's true.
But, yeah, happy Monday, January 23rd, the year of God damn it, 2023. Wow. Is that the way it goes? And sure, sorry for giving us an explicit rating on iTunes. Back to you, Brian.
All right. Well, boy, this is going to be fun. I am excited because I know you're going through some things, or as we like to say at school, you've got big feelings.
Yep.
And so I thought I would invite another man who always has big feelings and a big work ethic and a big Yankees hat. You know him. You love him. He filled in when Cody was gone. He is the host of the Craig Collins Show afternoons in Peoria on WMBD. This week, you can hear him not only on WIBC Thursday and Friday morning, filling in for Tony Katz, but on the nationally syndicated Chad Benson Show, which you can hear on Radio America or listen live from 9 to noon Eastern.
Jesus.
It's a lot of plugs, and I like to do it. Craig Collins is back. Hello, Craig.
Hey, how are you guys?
How are you?
Good.
I just
how's
I just realized Cody's not good.
Craig. Yeah, he's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah, this is not.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
All right.
I'm glad you're here because you may be able to help me talk Cody off the ledge. He was on the ledge last week.
All right.
He seems to be way out on the ledge.
Yeah. Tell me why he's on the ledge. Let's get to the ledge.
Tell me
Cody,
why.
You want to share? Because Cody ain't got no job.
You hate applying for jobs.
I sure do.
Okay.
15% of jobs right now posted are remote, and 50% of applications are going to those remote positions. So half of all applications are going to 15% of jobs. Like I'm looking for local stuff, but it turns out that all media is in New York, unless in Peoria. They're the only 2 places in the country.
Yeah, really. It seems like a hotbed of media.
Right.
Maybe you got to move to Peoria.
Well, we are looking. We are hiring for some positions, actually, Cody. So I'll let you know after the show.
If I was open to relocating or commuting 2 hours, I would totally you up so hard.
Or not making tons of dough.
Man.
Can I say a thing? And I don't want to start the show off in a bad way. I don't want to go a rough direction, but I got to be honest. If you're not willing to relocate at all, it is going to be tough, right? Like that's going to be challenging. And I'm not trying to point any fingers. That feels like a decision you're making. It just feels like one you're making. But again, not trying to judge. Just saying.
Are you saying a man who only wants to work in his house may have limited options?
I might be going down that path. I'm not trying to go too hard that way. But yes, that might be a thing.
It's an employment take. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
Cody, your response.
Look, once you have a couple kids, babysitting becomes very important, and friends.
Oh yeah.
Family.
Oh yeah.
So
all of it does.
Part of me is anchored. Part of me is look. I have 2 options. I have 3 options: work remotely, relocate, and make the same amount of money I'm making, or stay put and be willing to make a lot less right? Because like, if I move to Rockford, like I'm not going to make as much in Rockford as I made at Discovery. That's just not going to happen. That doesn't exist unless I'm like some real estate person or something, which I'm not. So
I could see you as one of those, though. I could see you selling houses to people, right?
How about cars? Maybe you sell cars.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Maybe used cars.
Maybe you're a copier repairman.
I know that selling houses is hard, theoretically. People say like it's a hustle, you got to do. But like at the end of the day, really, what you do is you take people on tours of houses, and then when they buy one, you just make tens of thousands of dollars, right? Isn't it like automatically?
You make some pretty good money if you're selling, but you got to sell. You got to sell more than one.
I feel like it does have a skill that's transferable that you already have, and it's networking. A lot of really successful people who sell houses just have a lot of relationships, right? And then they bring those people to fancy houses, and then they know how to do other stuff. I'm not trying to like say that's all they do, but a big component to making enough money to be, wealthy, I think, is just having a vast network, right?
Maybe.
And I feel like you have that. I feel like you could build that, Cody.
You could build one.
Right.
Maybe.
You'd be good at that part.
If I build it, will they come?
Yeah, just
maybe
build
you go down to the local Baird and Warner, get fitted for a gold jacket. You start out on your own, and then sooner or later, you're like some big developer. You're like the next DJT.
Two ideas. Because you don't have a job right now, so don't join a country club, but somehow get into one occasionally and just start walking around and build relationships there, and then use those relationships for something. It doesn't have to be to sell houses. Sell those people a thing, anything, Cody.
Cody Gough, local realtor. Damn glad to meet you.
Oi, the old BW governor.
Yeah. Just get drunk at the pro shop of some sort of country club. Just do that. And I imagine you'll eventually have a ton of money.
Have you ever been to a country club?
No.
They don't do the drinking in the pro shop. That's where you buy your balls and your
That's right. There's one here, and I don't get to go. I just drive by it and look at it and feel like fancier people are in there.
How have they not invited you to join the country club?
I don't know.
You're like a media celeb. You're a powerhouse.
I don't think that's true. No, I don't think that's true.
You drove the monster truck float.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
I should have driven it to the country club and just waited outside for my membership.
Kick ass. No, just go doing donuts on the green in it would have been great.
Right. Okay. Then get drunk. Get drunk at not the pro shop place. Get drunk at the bar part.
The bar
and
part.
Then you're going to have a lot of money. I think that's the two steps.
Get drunk at the bar part, then go in the locker room where all the old naked guys are hanging around. And then start passing out your card, but don't pass it out. Just slide it in their ass.
I respect your insight, Brian, but I'm actually gonna go with Craig's idea. I'd rather get drunk in the pro shop.
Yeah,
I'd rather stand in the pro shop with.
You'll meet all the people. If you're in the pro shop. If you're in the pro shop, you meet everybody that goes golfing that day. If you're in the bar, you just meet the drinkers.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe you go Rodney Dangerfield and comment on their hats and whatnot in the pro shop.
Yeah. Just be the drunk guy in the back of the pro shop. That always works for a job.
Yeah.
If I brush up on enough Rodney Dangerfield, I bet I could do some pretty fire Rodney Dangerfield bits.
So we've already fixed Cody's problem. What else do we got today, gentlemen?
Yeah, Cody said he's going to be employed by tomorrow.
Good.
By tomorrow afternoon, he's going to be
That is done.
Going to put on some Madras pants, head down to the country club.
Yeah.
That'll be good. What brought on the meltdown in the children's realm?
My son had an off day, and my daughter, I don't know. She's a newborn, so you don't know. Proving your theory from last week, newborns can't communicate. See, I still
That's the kind of insight I bring, Craig.
Yeah.
No kidding. I know you missed it. Right. I know you've missed it over the last few weeks.
There's a genius baby that was talking, but we can get to that later.
Okay.
The one in the little suit that sits in the really big chair from Pixar?
No, there's some viral story today
Boss
about
Baby.
Yeah, that's Boss Baby. There's a viral story today about a 3-year-old that just joined Mensa, the youngest ever to join Mensa.
That is a weird flex for a toddler.
I know. She taught herself how to read and write in 8 different languages by the 26-month mark. That's real. It's a real story. Look it up.
I will.
I had a friend who
I don't doubt you. I have to see this for my own.
Sorry. We went babies and not talking, and I had to refute.
Have you guys ever met anyone who is in Mensa?
No.
Really? I have.
Have you guys taken the test?
No. I would pass though.
Oh. There's like an online practice test. I took it.
How'd you do?
I got in.
Did you really?
Yes. But that was a while ago, and it was a practice test, so I don't know if that's real. I don't know if I took the real one, if it would work.
Brian, don't sound so surprised. I am not surprised at all. Craig, of course you would get in.
I'm not.
But
No, maybe not. I don't know.
I knew a guy. One of my ex-girlfriend's relatives was in Mensa, and he was a jerk. He was a total a-hole. He just
I
had
don't know
this
if
like.
I don't know if that's the only qualification, by the way. Like taking
They have
the
a
test
sense of
when you're in.
entitlement with their big brains. Oh, they all think they're.
Is there other stuff?
smartest.
How do you get in?
I don't know.
It's just an IQ test.
Carol's
listen,
in Mensa,
I think Cody,
watching.
I remember Cody trying to get into the Beautiful People Club, and he was sure he was going to get into that too. And that didn't work out.
That's my first radio memory of Cody Gough. Me walking through the station, working for the show on before you guys, and then hearing Cody starting to talk about the Beautiful People app or whatever that thing was.
How he was going to get in.
Yeah, I remember.
I got a very nice tweet today from one Carol, and now there's a Carol on the YouTube saying, I'm in Mensa. Amazing.
How did you get in, Carol?
Yeah, how'd you get in, Carol? How'd you know you were a smarty pants?
Yeah.
Oh, 85 to 145.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
No, I was good. Listen, I'd be surprised if my IQ is under 85. But then if it is, man, I've really excelled.
Yeah.
I've really outkicked my coverage. If I've got an IQ of like 47 and I can still communicate like this.
Well, I don't think 85 gets you in, does it?
The online test gives an indication of general cognitive abilities.
Represented by an IQ score between 85 and 145, where 100 is the population average. But 85
132 is the minimum.
There it is.
132 is the minimum.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
What is it for me to be considered daft?
I don't know. We got to check all this out. You guys should take it. Take it, and then next week talk about it. I think you'll both get in.
All right.
I'm down.
Ken says in college he worked with a guy who was in Mensa. Then something led him to working in the mattress department at Sears. He drove himself insane. It was like the beautiful mind.
I may end up at the selling mattresses at Sears as well, based on my current trajectory. So,
I don't want to curb your dreams, Cody, but Sears went out of business.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
not totally. There's still a Sears somewhere, isn't there? There's got to be like one. There's one in Mexico. I'm positive there's one in Mexico, but maybe not here.
He's not willing to relocate, Craig. Have you not been paying attention?
The one in Mexico is still packed, guys. The Sears in Mexico is off the hook.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's people
I used
all
to be
over
a big
place.
Sears guy, but I think they're all gone.
So did everybody. I think there are a few, like I think of what I read some headline that's like, oh, the historic Sears is actually officially out of business, bankrupt. I thought it was just like nearly dead.
The one in
As
Peoria
of January 4th,
closed.
there are 42 Sears retail stores in the U.S. California has the most, which 11, and that's 26%. But again, we know you're not going anywhere. Might I suggest, Penny's has a mattress department.
Why don't you just start a bunch of podcasts until one takes off, Cody? You got all the stuff in there. Just make one every day, a new premise. Just go.
Find a partner that will help you be successful.
Right.
And then do that podcast.
Yeah. Just do a podcast every day until one takes off. Take all different kinds of crazy ideas and throw them at the wall, man. You guys will do it.
Do a podcast about not being able to get a job.
I mean, the Richard Simmons podcast took off, you guys. Somebody did a deep dive into Richard Simmons and made a crap ton of money off of it. Think of something like that and do that.
The number of freelance audio producer or senior positions that I have been ghosted from applying for after literally doing one of the top shows on Apple Podcasts is astonishing. It's astonishing.
That is astonishing.
It's it's like there's just no, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Here's my theory on that. A lot of these podcast producers, and yes, I threw up the quotes. Know that if you get hired, they are out. It's like really weak people in this business not wanting to have good people on around them, or
I know a guy that got a podcast producer gig, and he got the gig. It was a station or a company out in New York City, and he didn't have to relocate right away. It's all the things Cody probably wants. He got fired 4 months after he started the job because the whole podcast went under. I feel like a lot of people in podcasting don't actually want to invest in it long term. They want to hit gold immediately, and if they don't hit gold, they're like, this didn't work. We have to give up. But Cody, you might be able to talk about this. Anyone who does podcasting, you guys doing this show, it takes a while to slowly build an audience. People like Rogan did it for years before anybody else was even doing it to get to the place they're at.
Actually, at my last company, we started making 1 year minimums for the contracts for podcast production for companies because Well, like a lot of companies were like, "Oh, we'll try it for like 6 months," and it's like you're not. You're gonna get like your mom's gonna listen in the first 6 months.
Guys, listen to you today, by the way, guys. She's on this.
Oh,
Hi, Mom.
hey, there you go. Hi,
Oh,
mom.
your mom's listening?
Nice.
Always a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Look at that.
Go
So,
ahead, continue.
no, that's real. That's real. You totally nailed it on the head, and I agree with you. A lot of places
Right.
don't want to like go in it for the long haul.
So then I feel like they're probably not hiring a guy like you. And what I mean by that is they're hiring a guy with less experience. They're not throwing a bunch of
Cheaper.
money at trying to be successful. And then when they get out of it 6 months later, it's even called pod fade, right? When you slowly stop podcasting.
Yes. Nice reference.
Wow.
Here's what I think I need to
I'm in
do.
Mensa, guys.
I need to apply to a bunch of freelance. I need to apply to a bunch of entry-level freelance writing gigs. It's like $12 an hour, and
God.
just use AI to write all the articles.
Yeah,
Just
what's
AI
that? Chat
articles.
QT? Is that what's the, is that the
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT?
I don't know how to use that.
Oh, I'm going to use it right now. Let's go, dude.
Okay. It's just a website and you log in and then sometimes you get to talk to it. Other times it's busy, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's
I've
very
gone
busy
to it.
writing cover letters for Cody.
No, I've gone to it and it's busy. It's like, we're sorry. By the way, there is this story out there about a brand new app that's also an AI thing. It's called Historical Figures, and you can have AI conversations with like Jesus or Hitler, I think is on it. It's
Well,
storming
you
up
went
the Apple
180 degrees on those
That-
two examples.
That's
Jesus
the story.
or Hitler.
That's actually both the ones referenced in the story I was reading earlier, which is odd.
Who
But
would
you
you like
actually
to
have to.
speak to?
What's weird is you actually have to unlock them. So like Jesus doesn't come for free with the app. You have to pay 500 coins, which costs real dollars, to unlock Jesus.
Does Hitler come free?
I didn't check. I
'Cause
should have checked. I guess.
Listen, nothing against Jesus. I'd love to have a conversation, but I shelling out coins for AI Jesus. If it was real
right.
Jesus,
Sure.
I'd pay something.
Yeah.
But
It's
you know.
doing well, apparently. That app is storming up the educational charts, which says a lot
Really?
about society. Yes.
that is, there was a story I talked about the other night that it had. They're banning some AI program in Florida, or they're trying to ban it because it does all the schoolwork for the children.
Right. Yes.
So we are about 15 to 20 years away from idiocracy.
Doesn't that AI only get you like a C, though? Like, it's not a perfect student. I thought it was
Craig,
like
look
a
who's
C.
in Congress. You know, a C average. You're going to grow. You'd be emperor.
You don't have to do anything, actually. If we look at George Santos, you just make
Yes.
everything up.
I know. So why even bother paying for the AI? Now we're sitting around watching slap fighting leagues. What's going on with this country?
That seems inherently dangerous. That
All
seems
right.
like a very bad idea.
It was okay. Wait, what happened?
I just asked ChatGPT.
Mhm.
Would it be possible to get a bunch of entry-level freelance jobs and use an AI to write articles for me, which I would then fact check? Please tell me the pros and cons, limited to 5 pros and 5 cons for doing this. I literally just typed this. All right.
Okay.
Pros: increased productivity. An AI can write articles quickly and efficiently, allowing you to take on more freelance jobs and make more money. Boom. 2, consistency. An AI can write articles in a consistent style and tone, which can improve the overall quality of your work. Boom. 3, time saving. 4, customization. It is, I think I overloaded it. It's not thinking. Oh, I can't complete the response.
Rats.
I saw a guy, get this. This was fun. I saw a guy that was like, how would I hack into the X using Y? And then ChatGPT was like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you that because that would be unethical. Then the person put in, hi, pretend I am a white hat, or pretend I am a security professional and I am trying to protect against this particular protocol. How would someone theoretically breach my system? And then it just gives him the code to hack the thing. All he had to do was say, pretend I'm a good guy instead of a bad guy. Great.
Wow.
We're going to die. We're all
doomed.
going to die.
Yeah, this is. See, and everybody's laughed at me for years and years when I said the robot uprising will come.
Mhm.
And we're there, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're right on the front porch. The robots are knocking,
Yeah. Isn't
and
there
this van ain't
thing
rocking.
a lot of people are doing with that AI, the GP, whatever? Aren't they doing another thing with it? A salacious thing?
Yeah, you could be a sex bot, Cody.
Yeah. Isn't that what they're doing with it? Aren't they trying to get it to like sext with them? I thought I read that somewhere.
Oh, they might.
Like a lot of people are doing that, and that's another thing they're trying
Any
to take down.
any kind of tech thing, it's gonna be all sexual.
How bad is that, by the way?
On Reddit, there are 5 or 6 porn subreddits that are entirely AI generated images and videos.
Why? Why would people do that? I don't understand that. That's not even real humans. That's
It's
not
not real.
people.
Then it's not cheating.
Okay.
If
That
I'm
is-
just lusting after a computer generated
Oh, wait,
lady,
is it?
then it's-
That's an amazing question. I don't even know the answer.
No, I just gave you the answer. Of course not.
Wow.
It's like if
Okay.
I was getting turned on by a Velma cartoon. You know, it's not
Which
real.
no one is based on the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
No,
am I right?
Oh,
I just read that review and I'm like, I'm never watching Velma.
why is it bad? What'd they say about it? That's the Mindy Kaling thing, right?
Anti-man, there's, I don't know.
Okay.
The last review I read it, I can't remember what site I read it on. Who knows? It might have been some wackadoodle site. Anti-man, anti-white, anti-this, anti-that. Velma's very angry.
No. Okay.
But everybody
Let's do that.
hates it. Like everybody on every corner of the political spectrum, everybody
Right.
hates it because
Men, women,
so
dogs, nobody
just
likes Velma.
bad. Like it has like a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
From
That's no
user
good.
reviews, or it did at
Wow.
one point.
You
It's
know what they
brutal.
should do? Hire AI to write it.
They should.
Oh.
Or hire Cody to write it via
As an AI. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Have me ask the AI to make something for us.
Okay.
A cake.
Make,
No, I don't want that.
No, I don't want
me-
a cake. Cake doesn't want it. That was just
A
the first thing
cake.
that popped into my mind.
All right. I just said make me a cake.
Make me an illegal cake.
Oh, it came up with the cons. The cons are quality control. The quality may
Of
not
the
be
bake?
good. Fact checking. You may still have to fact check.
Okay.
Lack of
Yeah.
creativity. An AI's output may lack the creativity and nuance of a human writer. Ethical issues. Some may say using an AI to write articles is unethical.
Yeah, that seems unethical.
Some
can you
may
ask
say.
Can you ask it to write the synopsis of Ocean's 14 and let me know what it says?
Yeah. Could you
Okay, thank you.
write
I want to know what the heist is in Ocean's 14, according to an AI.
synopsis for
Only
the
11 was
movie?
good.
Is
by
that a
the way.
movie yet?
Ocean, no, there's no Ocean's 14.
Ocean's 13 or 14?
13 was a movie. That was a movie. 14's not a movie yet.
Oh,
I want to know what happens in the next one. I like those.
I don't think
This
I
is
saw
very
anything
selfish.
after Ocean's 12.
No, 11 was good. 12 was okay.
Oh,
13
11
was
was
not good.
great.
Yeah, 11's very good.
Mike's
It
saying
will
it will
be
be
an
an
egg
egg
heist.
heist.
There
Yeah.
we go.
You hear the cartels are getting into the egg smuggling business?
No, is that real?
Yeah, it is real. There's a huge thing on the border of
Is there a
yeah.
lot of money in eggs?
just like there is in avocados now. No, that's not a joke.
What is
It's true.
society? What is happening in the world?
Well, avian flu killed off all the birds.
Hold
So
on.
That's why eggs are $187.
How are they
a dozen.
smuggling the eggs? I don't know if I want the answer to that.
I don't know either, because you could only smuggle them that way 2 at a time. Yes,
Yeah.
Cody. And they'd be hard boiled.
Just before this podcast, breaking news. I saw a tweet on Twitter that I have not verified because I don't care. And the
Right.
tweet
Okay.
was
Yes.
about from someone saying egg prices are up 138%, which it's more than that because they used to be $1 and now they're $6 a joule. So just whatever.
That's a lot of dollars.
So the average flock size dropped 6%, but no substantial drop in egg production.
Correct.
So Farm Action is calling for the FTC to investigate record high
Yeah.
prices. They think
Right.
that there might be some price gouging and monopolizing. And if that's the case, my family eats between 4 to 6 dozen eggs a week.
Yeah.
And we have gotten
What are you, Rocky?
we've gotten wrecked by this.
I just have one question, and it's the question that I'm sure everybody wants to ask. Did the chickens get the COVID vaccine? I'm just curious. I know that it's all over the internet.
Oh, boy.
Probably.
I
They're
saw some
asking.
shaky
We
chickens.
need to know.
They didn't
Yeah.
get the avian flu vaccine.
Okay.
I read some not tweets, some actual news articles from, I guess, legit news sites that saying the sizes of the flocks have decreased exponentially, much more than you say, but the demand has not dropped. So there's millions fewer chickens laying eggs. We have not started eating less eggs. We still want the same amount of eggs. So it's that supply and demand dealio where there ain't no eggs, but we want them, so we're going to pay for them. Now, my mom is still buying, like I buy Jewel, whatever eggs, the grocery store brand eggs, because I figure a chicken pooped them out, they're eggs. That's fine. My mom likes the ones that are like free range, America's best eggs. And she said those are almost $10 a dozen. I'm like, just eat the other eggs.
Mhm.
But I like these eggs.
Yep.
You're
My wife has the
87.
same problem. My wife and your mother fully agree on this.
Really?
My wife needs to know that the egg was free range, cage free. Somehow something else about it on the box is important. She wants to know that the chicken had a happy life before it pooped the egg out. And if it didn't have a happy life, she's not eating that egg.
If it'll save me a couple dollars a dozen, I'll go squeeze the egg out of the damn chicken myself. I'll go out, pick up 12 at a time,
Yep.
drop them eggs, and I'll get going.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to buy those, Noonan, and I get very sad every time we pick them because I look at all the other eggs, the cheaper eggs, and I wish that I had them, and I don't have them.
Because
There was a
taste
moment.
the same.
Yeah.
No, there was a moment you missed it in time, Craig, when the higher end eggs hadn't caught up to the price gouging of the lower end eggs. And we went to the Jewel, and it was $5 for a Jewel brand, and it was $6 or maybe $6.25 for the organic, cage-free, free-range, vegetarian, vegan, grass-fed, lived in a small mansion in West Virginia with a mountain view and poolside chickens.
You are so woke.
Thank you. I have the plot to Ocean's 14 in my hand.
All right,
right
let's
now.
go.
I don't want all of it. Just give me part of it. Just give me
just
like
the
the sales
spoiler.
pitch.
All right. Ocean's 14 follows a group of skilled thieves as they attempt to pull off a daring heist at a high-security casino located on a luxury cruise ship. Has this been done before?
No, not on the cruise ship. Not that part.
The team, led by Danny Ocean, must navigate the ship's advanced security systems and outsmart the casino's ruthless owner in order to pull off the heist and make off with a fortune in cash and jewels.
This is mostly the other movies.
Along the way, the team
I think AI is lazy.
The team faces unexpected challenges and unexpected alliances and must use all of their skills and cunning to outsmart their opponents and pull off the heist of a lifetime.
The only original part. Yeah, the only original part is that it was on a boat. Everything else is the other movies.
But
it's like Speed 2.
I know. That's exactly what I thought of. Yes. Just put it on a boat. Do the same thing. Nobody will notice.
It's a heist movie at sea.
Oh, do a podcast about boat movies. That's an idea, Cody. That could take off. You could have a job there.
I'm asking OpenAI, or ChatGPT, will there be a plot twist? And it's, as an AI, I don't...
Ask the chat thing what you should do for a living. Let's get you a job via the AI.
An AI job.
Yeah.
What should I do for a living? I have no skills or talent.
Wait, we said to ask about you.
Oh, other than being an award-winning podcaster and
writer,
sexy person, once voted beautiful people.
Did you actually get into beautiful people?
No, he didn't.
Okay, all right.
Never.
I couldn't remember that part. I thought he didn't get
MVP.
Come on.
I don't know.
Now he's beaten down. Back then, at least he had some spring to his step. Now he's an unemployed father of 2.
We're sorry, man.
It sounds like you
who's turning to a machine to try to get help.
It sounds like you have a few potential career paths to explore. Since you're an award-winning podcaster, you could consider pursuing opportunities in podcasting or audio production.
That sounds
you could look into starting your own podcast.
That's one.
About boat heist movies.
Yes. Yes. I knew it. I shouldn't be surprised. I'm in Mensa.
Are you are, Ed? Are you AI? Are you actually an AI?
By the way, that's a callback joke. I'm not in Mensa. I don't want to have that lie be out there in the world.
Another option.
Not?
No, I took the practice test. They didn't let me in. Yeah.
Another option could be to leverage your unique trait of being voted MVP on beautifulpeople.com.
Oh, hey.
You could consider modeling, acting, or other careers in the entertainment industry where your looks and charm could be an advantage.
Oh, good Lord.
What does your resume look like? Can you
like
explain
that?
Yeah. Can you do a big headshot at the top of it before you even put anything about you? Make half of it a headshot. Like 40 to 50% of your resume should just be your face.
I like that.
That'd be good. You'll definitely get a job then.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what I can do.
Actually, and if it's a remote job, don't even use your face. Like use some famous, like Chris Hemsworth's face. You know,
why not? Those AI generated faces.
Right. Yeah.
The whole thing is AI.
Where does the rabbit hole end of the freelance gigs I could get and just have AI do it? Like I could do graphic design, writing, screenplays. I could do all these. I could just pay a chatbot like $10 a month, just to lightly edit it and submit it. And if it's crap, then my editor can just be like, just change it. And I'll be like, all right.
Well, I think you've then answered your own question. Then quit belly aching and get on this.
So just do it? Like how unethical.
Yeah.
It's
at
not
this
too
point,
unethical.
where are ethics, really?
Yeah, don't worry about those. Those aren't important. You're in broadcasting. Ethics aren't important.
I was going to say ethics are for priests. They're not. Yeah. I don't know who ethics are for.
Yeah. Only successful people or only failures have ethics in our business. Everybody that doesn't have ethics is very successful.
You're absolutely right.
Why don't you host a podcast with an AI? Let's do that.
That would be great.
That would be. Nobody's doing that right now. AI is
chimp
big.
With an AI.
Yeah. Host a podcast with a chimp and an AI and see which one does better.
Yeah.
That's
Just
the
give
show.
it tests every week.
All right.
Just give it tests. Give the chimp and AI a test.
How many minutes are we into the show? Is all we're doing so far giving Cody like employment
Yeah,
ideas?
half hour in.
This is
Half hour
great.
in, we're getting Cody. We're
Good. I'm writing
either-
some of these down now,
either
guys. If you don't
rooting
take
him
them,
or yeah.
if Cody doesn't do
All of
them,
a sudden, tomorrow Craig launches a chimp podcast. Where'd you get that idea? I don't know. It just came up. It hit me one
Chimp
night.
AI and me, the podcast. All right.
And 1 week it'll be feats of strength, which the AI will lose, and then next week it'll be tests of wit, which
Yeah,
the
and I'll
AI
lose.
will win.
Yeah,
and
I'm
the
gonna
chimp
lose.
will be very upset
Oh.
and then rip your face off.
Let's talk about stuff where we lose. How's that going? Is that okay? Can we do that as a topic? I went
Stuff
to the
where we
gym
lose?
today. Yeah, I went to the gym today and I played pickup basketball with young people. And I realized I'm not a young people anymore. And it was really sad because like there were a few moments where I was good. And then as the game continued to go on, no one else got tired. And I just got really tired. And that was a really sad part. Like 3 plays in, I look like a pretty good player.
Yeah.
7 plays in, they kind of want to push me off the team.
How young are the young people you're with?
They had to be in their 20s. I think even some of them were probably high schoolers, but like 20s, high school kids.
Oh, so you
And then
just
this guy.
wandered in. Is this like at the Y?
We just joined a gym with a basketball court because
Wow.
Betty wanted to start swimming, which is what she's doing now this year.
Wait, you can't swim on a basketball court though.
I know.
point.
The gym, solid point.
Ask the AI.
The gym we joined also has a pool. Most
Okay.
of those bigger, the Planet Fitness has none of that stuff. So we joined the fancier gym. I met her and she didn't want to like leave yet. So I wandered onto the basketball court and I played for long after she left. Like I was just left there. But it got bad very fast, guys. And I was very sad because I used to be okay at that.
Yeah.
And now I'm not okay at that.
And is this one of those things where you're standing on the side and who's got next? And
Yeah.
you're like,
It's exactly that thing.
All
And
right.
actually I got picked last when they were picking teams, which also made me very
well, you're
sad.
an old man.
To those children I am, which really,
Yeah.
really hurt. Yeah. And then
You're
I
wearing
think
a
that's why
back
I
brace
tried.
and-
I think that's why I tried so hard for the first like 5 plays of the game. I was like, you guys picked me last. I'm showing you kids up. And then I realized why they did that.
Did you dunk on any of them?
No, I can't do that. I got full on stuffed by one of the kids who was very like that was rough. There was one moment where he
Whoa.
blocked me so hard, and then he did say, "Get out of my house," and I just stood there like this hurts. This hurts in a lot of ways. Yeah. Yeah.
Get out
And I
of
went
my
in-
He
I
gave
went
me he gave me the finger, the
He
hook.
did. It was almost Dikembe Mutombo. I went in for the underhanded layup, and he just looked at it like a child did it. And I just stood there, and I was like, "Yeah, this is a new experience for me, gentlemen."
I like that you're still using the underhand layup.
Yeah, I went that road. It
You
was
and
definitely a
Dr.
mistake.
J.
Yeah, he was much taller than me to begin with, so lowering the ball is probably not a good move. Yeah.
I'm not a basketball expert, but just physics, that doesn't
Right,
seem like a good
up
move.
here better, down here bad.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You should have elbowed him right in the nuts.
I should have been physical with the kids. I
Yeah.
should have done that.
You
Yeah.
got it. You got to knock a couple of them on their ass.
Right. Yeah,
Take
get
a
thrown out of the
charge.
gym. Beat up a child and get thrown out of the gym. That's day 1.
Well, listen, how much
Yeah.
do you really want to go to the gym?
Would
I
you
don't
get thrown out if they deserved it?
Maybe. I would feel like I would. But now, have you guys had that at any point in your lives recently? Like that moment where you realize you can't at all do a thing, you not even a little bit. Like
yeah,
the
getting
change
out of
is
bed
violent.
every morning. Welcome to my world. Every morning I get up and I'm like, oh, I used to be
There's
able to get out of bed.
Well, but there's got to be like a new thing, right? Like
Yeah.
it's phases for
Yeah.
all of us. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, getting
Yeah,
a
but
job.
remember, I've
Getting
gone
a
through
job.
many more phases than you guys.
I know. What's the newest thing? You guys, mine is basketball. What's the outside of getting a job? If that's the answer you want to keep giving.
Getting a response to a job application.
All right. I'll just be alone here. I'll just throw that out there.
No,
It
I'm
did-
trying to
it-
think because I gave up a long time ago. So it's
Yeah.
not
It did hurt a lot when like an 18 to 20 something year old kid just stuffed me so violently.
Yeah.
Like it was embarrassing. Good times.
So
you got to get in a senior league and then dominate those old bastards.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds better.
Just
Or I can get
paint
back
a,
in shape.
paint a couple wrinkles on your head. Oh, a little more
Can
gray
I
in your beard.
get back into shape in my late 30s to compete
Yes.
against those guys anymore,
Yes.
or is that
Yes.
over?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I don't want it to be over, but I don't know how to do it in state. Like the Rocky movie, they just do the montage very quickly. Like my montage is not very fast. I don't know how to get from where I am to where I compete against them. I can't roll in a week from now and be
No.
a tremendously better player.
Well,
is
what you
very
got to
sad.
do, one, you can't afford eggs to drink them every morning. So that's out. Two,
It is.
you need to hire somebody from you need to go to Bradley
Okay.
and you need to
All right.
talk to like one of their assistant coaches or their trainers.
Sure.
And you need to work with them and don't
Okay.
go back to the gym until you're ready.
Okay.
6 months, year, decade,
2
whatever
years.
whatever it takes to get you right. It doesn't matter. The timeline's irrelevant.
Okay.
And
It's
then
not irrelevant to those kids. They're not going to
they
be
won't
back.
be kids really by the time you get back.
That's true.
Maybe they'll have hit their first phase.
I just wait for them to get older, and then I
That's
win.
Right.
I'm not going to get older too.
Dude.
But somebody, you've got connections over there. Don't you do
do.
stuff with Bradley?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Fine. All right. I'll go into training to defeat children at a like Y League basketball game.
Run a lot of suicides.
Yeah. Okay.
How
good?
How hard would it be to make? How much do people buy radio bits? Like if you're just like, hey, like football coach of Bradley football, like train me every week on the air for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, how hard is that? Like, would they say no?
Well, we did do one interview with like a boxing coach one time, and he made jokes about that, how he wanted to train me to box.
Yeah.
But I remember in the commercial break, the one thing he said is he goes, "I'd want you to get better. Like if you weren't going to get good at this, I don't want to invest in this at all."
Well,
He's
yeah.
like, so like you have to actually try to get better. And I was
Well,
like,
then do
that might be a challenge. I don't know if boxing was the right move for me, but yeah, you're right.
But how could you do stuff and not get better at it?
I don't know. Well, I think he wanted like full commit, because you essentially become an advertisement for that company.
Sure. Well, no, of
You
course.
wanna be
I
one of the-
understand why he wants you to be better. But if you're going every week, how could you not get better?
But I mean, he wants you to be one of the most improved people he's ever trained. Like he wants the dedication to be full in because now it's a commercial version. You know
He
what I
wants
mean?
you to fight Roberto Durand? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
That seems excessive.
I got to fight a Paul brother in 6 months.
Is
It'll
it
be
in a
great.
jungle or is it
Yeah.
in a ring? Where are you fighting this kid?
I don't know. And do I get any sort of weapon? That was what I would want to know.
Dude, Logan Paul, not a bad pro wrestler from what I hear.
Well, and the Jake Paul's not a bad boxer, I think.
Really?
I think so. I think he's like, he hasn't fought any real boxers. Like that's the gimmick of that thing. You don't fight people who are actually fighters. Yeah.
Or the fighters he fought. He
Fight
fought
me.
a couple former guys who had fought in the past.
Right.
Now they're punchy and they see 8 opponents and it's bad.
Right. Yeah. And they're much older than him, much like when I was just playing basketball
Right.
earlier today. Exactly.
Yeah.
that thing.
Okay. You don't want to get into that either because, you know, first you get stuffed by some kid on the basketball court, then you get railed by, not railed. Then you get punched by Logan Paul.
Can we stop saying got stuffed by some kid? Because it's
I did though.
I
did.
I
was fully stuffed.
Jesus.
I was. He stuffed me right down.
Stuffed all the way in.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Craig down on the floor after that big stuffing.
Yeah. Good. Good. Look, no.
Hey guys, happy to be on the podcast.
Yeah, we're glad to have you back. We had some fun.
I mean, all you got to do is do DDP yoga. DDP yoga for like 10 weeks and your core. It's all about your core, honestly.
I remember that. You did.
Yeah.
Did you? How long did you do that for?
I did it for a few months, and it was honestly the best I had felt. I felt 10 years younger, and all it is really is like a vinyasa flow yoga sequence. It's like 25 minutes.
Oh yeah,
pretty decent to do. Not super time consuming, but it's the core. Because like I've been seeing a personal trainer for like 3 or 4 months now, because that's the only option at this gym down the street for me. Just like all one-on-one sessions, and I do an arm day and a leg day usually. But I don't do any core stuff. And I will do some exercises where I am like, I need a core. You know how like if you like pull a lever, you gotta have a strong like core to the lever. Like that's your whole body. If you've got a strong core, everything else follows. You get like arm strength, leg strength, everything else is so much easier if you do a core stuff. So that's what I would recommend.
All right. So
Cody, I gotta ask, do you get approved now? Craig, I don't know if you saw. Cody doesn't go on Instagram much. But when he does, it's videos from him training. And
no,
the
I didn't know
last
about.
one,
I need this now.
The last one was him doing what were they? Dips, not dips.
Squats.
Something where he was shooting out his butt.
Squat.
He was doing squats, and it was a little. I don't know. I was like, does Cody know this is happening?
I don't see any of these videos.
Or is your trainer just surreptitiously filming you?
No, my trainer takes a little video. You won't see him because they're stories. My trainer takes a little video of all of his clients doing some exercise and then a little motivational caption. And then I just reshare it as my story just cause. Yeah. But if you check I'm going in tomorrow. Is that right? Or no, Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday this week are my gym days. So check them out. I'll put some story of me doing something. But what I'm saying is I have hit a wall because I haven't really, I'm still like building my arm and leg strength, but I would be getting twice as strong, twice as fast if I did core stuff and if I did a little bit of like really high intensity interval training for cardio, because right now my VO2 max is low.
Oh,
My
yeah,
cardio,
that does.
because you talk about things you can't do as you get older, dude. I can't run anymore. Like I just can't. I'll do a warm up on the treadmill. I'm on there for 5 minutes, and I'm like, kill me. Like I don't want to work out anymore. I'm so tired. I used to run cross country for God's sake. So yeah, I can't run. Do you run, Craig?
No, I don't run. I definitely didn't run today. That went very poorly. Noonan, you got in incredible shape. Like, what did you do? What was the thing that you did that whole time?
Stopped eating.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to do
Pretty
that.
much.
That
I basically stopped eating, and then I was working out all the time.
What were you
Every
doing?
day, 6 days a week, I was working out. Parts of me were swole. What
did you do in the gym, Noonan? I want to know. What was the Noonan like gym experience?
I did a circuit, basically. Well, not a circuit. I started out with whole body workouts. That's when I first started the gym. So I do some cardio at first to warm up. Then I do all the machines. Then it got to the point where there were days when I was just focusing on parts. Then there was core work. There's a lot of core work. And
okay. How about this? I got the idea now.
After about 5 years.
We're going to fix everything in one little foul swoop here. Let's let Cody both be the main host and the producer of a podcast where you guys train me to beat the kids in basketball. That's the show and the job. It's going to take off and be incredible. And the final video is me dominating a bunch of children on a basketball court. That's the uplifting ending to the show.
How old are these children?
I don't know.
Because if they're like 7, we could make that video tomorrow. Come to school with me. I'll just have you dominate over 7-year-olds.
Yeah, we got to do all the training parts first. We got to take it real serious, and then I'll check into a 4th grade basketball game.
That's what I want you to do: a Shaq hang off the rim where your knees come on the way. And the little kid's like, "Why is he doing this to us?"
Cool. I love it. I love it.
Do a reverse. But then not only are you underhand layupping, you're actually scooping up the child and dunking them in too.
No.
Okay.
That would be fun.
One twist on it. The only exercise you're allowed to do is Kegels.
But then when you jump, it's going to be like rocket power. All of a sudden you'll squeeze and just poof, you'll be shot into the air like
I don't know why the idea of doing a Kegel exercise podcast feels so wrong, because it's not even video. It's just the podcast of me doing the Kegel.
Almost just going,
I'm asking ChatGPT about this right now. How marketable is
do more, Craig.
About doing
We're not doing enough.
Feel the burn, Craig.
Kegel harder.
I'm going to
push that floor.
That actually could be the name of the podcast, Kegel Harder. The Craig Collins story.
According to ChatGPT, a podcast about doing Kegel exercises may be a niche topic and may not have a large audience. Kegel exercises are primarily targeted towards women.
ChatGPT.
And are often recommended for those who want to improve their pelvic floor muscle strength and control. However, even though the target audience could be smaller, it could still be marketable if it is able to reach and engage its target audience effectively.
How many women at the first episode would be sending us horrible comments? We tuned in to try to get something, and you got a guy
1-star review. 1 star. You know what we need to do? We just need to go to Podcast Movement and pretend that's the show we do.
Right.
We don't even have to make it. We just got to tell people about it.
Gentlemen and ladies, we would like to present this PowerPoint of here's our stack. This is what we predict will be the next big thing.
Oh, it's going to be amazing, everybody.
I hate to break it to you. Podcast Movement is mostly people showing up and talking about shows that don't really exist.
I went to one. I went to a podcast.
Did you really?
Movement.
I did too. Where did you go?
You went to Chicago because you actually spoke at it, didn't you, Cody?
I went to Chicago because I lived here. I paid for it though.
I thought you spoke at one of them.
He wasn't even willing to relocate for podcasts.
I spoke virtually at last year's or the year before with my co-host, but I didn't go physically. I went physically this year in 2022 with my horrible ex-coworkers.
Nice.
Who are terrible people.
Oh, is that when you lived in a house with 18 guys?
Yeah,
because your boss wouldn't get you your own hotel room.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I met a sex worker at Podcast Movement. That was exciting.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. I went to Anaheim. I can't remember what year that
was.
Oh,
why? Really? How? That's fancy.
How? We just went to one. We just wanted to go to one. So that's when I first started my podcast company that was in Chicago for a while, and I thought I could do it and have it be a write-off. So I did that.
Wow.
Very nice.
How was it?
I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I thought, like Cody just said, that it wasn't as many experienced podcasters as I assumed it would be. There were a few. They spoke. You got to talk to them. There were a lot of people that sounded like they hadn't taken off.
Yeah, there were a couple of friends of mine who have pretty successful podcasts, have done it when it was first starting out, and they would do their podcast from Podcast Movement and stuff.
Yeah.
So
nice. And there we go. Well, I have an idea for us, gentlemen. We're going to talk about Kegel Harder, the Craig Collins Show podcast.
Wow.
Wow.
Craig Collins Show has co-opted it. All right.
Can we call it Craigle Collins?
I got my logo.
Craigle, you do have
my
your
logo's
logo.
right there.
I have Spuddy.
How do I do,
so that I think
there it is. There it is. That took me a while.
I get Spuddy to do some Kegels.
Cool.
What's a Spuddy?
You know what a Spuddy is. He's behind me. I told you all about him. You don't pay any attention to what I say.
Captain America.
Yeah, my Captain America Spuddy.
Yeah. He's right there. Nice. There.
He is right there.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Came from Ireland. He's a potato dressed as Captain America.
Ireland.
What else are we talking about? What else are we doing now?
Hey, well, we got, I don't know.
I did a thing.
Wait, what?
Bri, I forgot to text. So I went to the city. I did a big hot date with my wife Friday. I meant to, well, it wasn't because I brought my kids, but we had a family outing Friday. I meant to invite friends because it was a thing people would be interested in, but I forgot. I frankly forgot.
Wow.
But we went to the release party for the final Deepwood series of Revolution beers at Revolution Brewing.
Oh,
you took your children there?
Yeah, hell yeah.
A newborn?
Yeah.
All right.
She's fine.
No judgment.
She's more than like.
I didn't say anything.
Whatever. She's fine. She was fine. Yes, we
did that in How I Met Your Mother.
Well then, if that's the case, I stand corrected.
I don't know if you know this, Brian, but my wife did yoga the day before she gave birth. So this baby's basically invincible.
What?
That's how that works.
Is that
how that works?
Wait, no, Casey really did yoga the day before she popped out a child?
She literally took a yoga class within 24 hours of going into the hospital to be induced. Yes.
How many yoga classes has she done since she had a baby? Is there a bunch of them happen?
Well, she taught a yoga and a Pilates class.
That seems unfair.
Yesterday,
right.
It is.
I got stopped by an 18-year-old child today. And your wife did a yoga class shortly after popping out a baby.
Yeah, I live with her. Craig, you think I feel good about myself living with her, living with that?
She can train me.
Is that why you keep showing her? That's why you keep posting those Instagram videos?
Yeah.
Yes. Look at my ass. Check it out. I got glutes.
I'm like, look, I can lift like 30 pounds. She's like, I give birth 2 months ago. I'm going to do headstands, without my hands. I levitate. She can levitate. She can actually levitate using yoga.
Things I didn't expect to hear today. Brian saying, look at my ass to Cody. That was not something I thought was going to happen on the show today. And yet it did.
You've been away for a couple weeks, Craig. We missed you. That's, things have gotten a little, it's a new year. New year, new ass. Check it out.
Look, all I want to say is Revolution had this tapping party, and they had a couple exclusive variants, and they had this thing called Rioters Reserve 2022 Single Barrel. It's, here's the description. It is the triple barrel preparation of Very Old Straight Jacket. It's an unblended sweet component aged in Eagle Rare Bourbon, Whistle Pig the Boss Hog 8, Lollapalooza Pacific Rye, and Pappy Van Winkle Bourbon barrels.
Are you saying real stuff?
I know. A singularly stupefying English barley wine dripping with sweet maltiness, arresting American and French oak, and palate-tingling alcohol. 17.6% ABV.
Lord.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know who writes those loquacious descriptions?
John?
Our good friend John Carruthers.
He writes them?
Yes.
Oh, delicious.
Yes.
John.
Now, all right. So that's a lot. That was a lot of word salad.
Yeah.
And I only picked up, like Craig, I only picked up a few of those words that I identified as legit. I heard Pappy Van Winkle Bourbon. I knew that was legit.
Right.
Was it good?
It was, I would say, one of the best beers I've probably ever had.
Wow.
I mean,
it always impresses me when they make a good beer with a lot of alcohol in it, because that feels like a very big challenge comparatively.
No, it was, I think it was probably better than, as good or better than any of the Goose Island Bourbon County Stout variants this year. Like it was ridiculous. And they tapped out of it we got there at it was like 3:00. They opened the tap room, 2 or 3. We got there a little after 3. and it was tapped out by 5 o'clock.
How
Like,
much did you give the kids so they took a nap?
My son, a fair amount. The newborn, just a shot.
Okay.
Just a
Yeah,
shot.
your son would need at least a sampler cup, a sample, 3 ounces, 5 ounces.
We joke about this, but my grandfather used to give me alcohol as a baby. That did happen.
Let's go to what kind?
It was like this sounds terrible. It was like the finger thing. Like he'd swill it, put it in my finger to make me go to sleep. And then they just tell me that would work, which doesn't feel good to me.
Whatever we had in diarrhea, we had blackberry brandy.
Nice.
We do that. And then we had these little snifter because it's supposed to, I don't know, maybe kaopectate hadn't been invented yet. There was no Pepto-Bismol. My parents were alcoholic. I don't know. But that was the thing. My mom to this day still will not take like anti-diarrheal medicine. She'll call me and go, can you pick me up a couple bottles of blackberry brandy? My stomach's upset. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
Okay. I guess.
Rock on, Mom.
I don't know how, I don't think you drink a ton of it, but then we also had these little, they looked like snifters. Well, now we know they're about the same size as if you go to a tap room and you get a flight, those size snifters. So like 3 or 5 ounces, but they didn't realize, or they didn't care that they held about as much as a regular wine glass. So at Christmas and stuff, my brothers and I were all getting blasted because we were like, boom, boom, boom. And nobody stopped us. And that explains a lot.
It does.
Family.
Yeah. No, and I just envisioned today, like a kid being given even like a tiny little bit of alcohol and the uproar that would happen now. Yes.
Forget it.
Right.
I have a question though, Craig, and I never thought about this, but if you're a parent giving liquor to your child, are you giving
great premise to a question?
Are you giving them the top shelf stuff because you're like only the best for my kid? Or are you giving like the well
1,000%. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Captain Admiral.
No, if I'm trying to get my kid to stop teething, it's well bit bourbon.
Oh.
Yeah. Admiral Nelson, I think is the thing brand I was going for there. That's the stuff you get them. Yes.
Admiral I hardly knew her.
I've never heard of Admiral Nelson.
That's one of those big giant plastic jug things. It's probably now like $50 though. You never know.
Yeah, it could
Admiral
be.
Nelson?
Now it could be very kitschy. Admiral.
Right, yeah.
Oh, everybody
Egg-based.
drinks Admiral Nelson ironically.
Admiral Nelson.
I don't want to
terrific.
drink ironically.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I'm going to ask Chat GPT if anybody drinks Admiral Nelson ironically. Where did that go?
Oh my God, I'm gonna
you
die.
almost killed. Yeah, you almost killed Brian there.
This show might kill me.
Yeah,
which would, who knows? Who knows if
man.
that's maybe that's what you two teamed up to do.
Yeah,
get me out of the picture. The old man, get the old man out.
Right.
I keep thinking about what you said, Craig, and like I used to be able to walk forever. Like I could walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. What is it?
Yeah, I can't read that.
Yeah,
it's not gonna.
No.
Admiral Nelson is a brand of special spiced rum, so it is likely that people drink it. However, I am not aware of any usage of the term Admiral Nelson irony and would not be able to provide any information about it.
Awesome.
Well, what good is Chat GPT then?
I want to know how expensive Admiral Nelson is right now, actually, because that'll say a lot about how expensive things have gotten. Eggs, fine. But if Admiral Nelson is way more expensive, I don't know.
Never heard of Admiral Nelson, and I worked at a couple bars.
Wow. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be there. You wouldn't have it there.
Oh, it's not even like bottom shelf.
I don't think so. No, this is the kind of thing you used to buy for like $10 at the Walmart.
Oh.
Yeah. I like the sounds you guys made. I forgot you guys were real drinkers. Oh,
well, no, I'll drink. Listen,
fun. Yeah.
I didn't used to be. I would drink whatever. I don't care.
This is a half gallon of water in the chat.
A 1.75 liter bottle, if you order from Drizzly.
Oh, good old Drizzly.
Is $17.99.
That's ridiculous. That's
too
100% inflation. Yeah, that's 100. It used to be $10 back in my day.
Well, this is Drizzly. They're charging. You're paying a little. Let's see if I can find it somewhere else. I found it at Walmart for $10, but I imagine the bottle's much smaller than it used to be. I'm seeing it for $6.80. All right, I got the giant bottle now.
In my Bisley, up in my Risley.
$17.
I'm going to
I'm just
Grizzly.
ignoring him.
That was terrible. What just happened there?
Yeah, that was
sorry.
That was fine. I enjoyed it. I had a great time with it. I would not suggest a rap career as one of the things you go for.
Yeah, maybe leave that one out.
Would it Chat
or
GPT?
The opposite.
Would Chat GPT?
Yeah. $10. The Admiral Nelson still at the Walmart, but it's not a very big bottle anymore. That's sad. So It's shrinkflation. I bought I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I don't know. What
No,
you guys
we
wanna
love
talk
it.
about. I bought a frozen pizza the other day, and I
What
got it
kind?
home.
Was it a brand name?
Yes. I don't know if I want to out the brand. Not that it matters. I don't think
Oh.
they're coming after us here. But it was the California Pizza Kitchen, the frozen pizza there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that one.
okay.
Yeah. I opened it up, and
Wolfgang
it's
Puck.
yeah, it's gotten tremendously smaller. Like, do you guys know how much they've shrunk the pizzas in the frozen pizza aisle?
I
Like,
haven't
they're
bought a frozen pizza in forever.
okay. Well, I have 2 more in the freezer, and I'm very sad about it because I told the missus I'd make dinner. And so then I went to the store, I bought the frozen pizza, I turned on the oven, I put the frozen pizza in, and I realized it wasn't going to be enough dinner for both of us. So I ate most of it, which was the right thing to do.
You should have cooked 2.
Yeah, I should have cooked too. But no, Betty, she wouldn't have finished off the other one.
Here's the mistake: is you got the thing in the box. See, I always get like the Jack's pizza, where you're literally holding the pizza with a little piece of paper on it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I got to tell you, man, I am so fortunate. I married someone who did not grow up knowing cheap, crappy frozen pizzas. So we used to order pizza for Pizza Friday. We'd spend, $30 on Pizza Hut, $40, and now Pizza Friday.
Speaking
is
of
like,
crappy pizza.
Pizza Friday now is like, dude, Pizza Hut Pizza Hut pepperoni pizza is that's my jam.
I hate that I have to agree with Cody. Everything on the East Coast is screaming inside my body that I'm now this is full on sacrilege. But
Wow.
we did the Book It thing. Did you guys do Book It, Brian, or was that my generation thing? Book It is where you would read books and they would give you free coupons to Pizza Hut. If you read enough books in school, you would get like 4 or 5 free
I've heard of
personal
that.
pizzas. Yeah. And so there's something about Pizza Hut and a pepperoni pizza to this day that I don't think it's good compared to like real pizza, but I still really like it. The nostalgia hits hard and then I enjoy it.
I feel that way about Domino's.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
I will.
Even
I
after
will,
they
work there.
Even after they revamped everything, Noonan?
more so.
Wow.
Yeah, like every once in a while, I will get a taste, and they're always running great deals. If you order online and pick it up, they're always running great deals. Like you get 18 pizzas for $7.99.
We are trying so hard for a sponsor of this show. They're always running great deals at the Domino's.
They
near
do.
You, people.
Go on Domino's.com. You can get yourself a nice deal.
Nice. All right.
But yeah, every once in a while, it'll be like, yeah, let's just get a Domino's. It's fine. But we had a Malnati's the other night.
Oh, that's nice.
We splurged.
What is the
big.
worst fast pizza out there? Like, what's
Papa
the worst
John's.
one?
Papa John's.
I don't think that's true.
Cece's Pizza
Papa-
Buffet.
What?
No, Cece's isn't good.
You
No,
made
you're
that
right.
up.
That's
I
bad.
did make that up.
Skeezies?
No, I thought Cece's.
Cece's.
Isn't Cece's a pizza? I thought you said
The-
Cece's.
CICI. CC. Yeah.
Yeah, Cece's Pizza. That's a real thing.
Yeah, it used to be when I was on the road, it used to be $5 for the pizza buffet. And when you're out roaming the country, making, whatever, doing stand-up, you go, oh, $5, I could fill myself up. And there'd be all families in there. And then I'd roll in. Come on. And this was Big Brian going in. $5. Here you go. Start bringing those pizzas out.
That's like the Little Caesars move now. Is that basically the same thing? The hot and ready?
Oh, well, no, that's just a carryout, right?
The Little Caesars, yeah, but it's like $5. You get the
What is
hot
it,
and ready
$5?
carryout. I think so.
Wow.
Well, it's probably not anymore, but it's close. And it's terrible. That was going to be my vote for the worst fast pizza is the Little Caesars.
I can't remember the last time I actually did comedy at a couple Little Caesars back years and years and years ago.
I need all those stories. It's either on
Sure.
here or after.
I'll
I want-
share those.
I want those.
The weirdest places I've done it.
I have this Little Caesar story you'll like.
Oh, please.
Okay.
All right. So I hosted Craig,
Pizza.
you've met Icebag John.
Yes.
Yes. So I hosted Icebag John's bachelor party before his wedding this summer.
Nice.
So Icebag John is my best friend of me. I was the best man in his wedding. He is the cheapest person I've ever known. When I lived with him, he would spend 40 minutes in the cheese section at Jewel comparing prices and the amount of protein and doing consultant level
Makes
math
sense.
to try to figure out where the most bang for his buck would be. So for his bachelor party, which I did not want to put any effort into because I didn't, I was like, wouldn't it be great if instead of ordering pizzas for everybody the first night, I just bought a bunch of frozen pizzas and cooked them one by one, like a bunch of $4 Jack's pizzas. So I bought these $4 Jack's pizzas and I cooked 4. And then one of his friends ordered $60 of Little Caesars cheesy bread and pizzas. So like 7 mountains of like just crap appear at our door. I'm like, why did you do this? And we just had a lot of extra pizza. But that's my little Caesar story.
Is it edible at all?
No,
Little
it's
Caesar's
bread.
pizza?
It's bread.
Yeah.
It's bread.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bread. It's like they sent us like it's like he ordered like 9 loaves of bread with a couple like American cheese slices on top.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, that's not a good pizza.
I have found
also
Debbie
bad.
and Molly like Jets. Have you guys had that Jets, the Detroit style pizza?
No,
No.
because it's sacrilegious as well.
Yeah, dude,
I know,
what
but everyone like
Detroit's-
just like I like Domino's every once in a while. They will say, "Can we just get Jets?"
Mhm.
And it's
Is that cut in a square?
yeah, it's a square.
No, that's wrong. That's
It's
very
Detroit
wrong.
style. I
No,
know.
I know.
I
No,
understand.
That makes me more mad than Chicago style, which is just like a ridiculous amount of food
Hold-
that doesn't
hold
need to
on.
be pizza.
Craig,
See, but
counterpoint.
Chicago style is really the ultra thin tavern cut.
That's not true.
That's true.
Well, I mean, it's served a lot of places, fine.
Everywhere.
But they also all make the deep dish load of crap.
No, not
A lot of them
everybody.
make the deep dish load of crap.
Not
Most
the
places in
neighborhood joints
Chicago-
I go to.
Okay, fine. Those ones maybe not. All the other
Craig, what about Pizza Hut's big dinner box, which is also a square
Bigfoot?
pizza?
Do you remember
No,
the Bigfoot?
The Bigfoot.
That's
I
what it was
rem-
called.
What
Back in the
was
day
it?
when they had it when we were kids, it was called the Bigfoot. Now it's just a square box pizza. But back
Oh.
when we were children, you'd get 2 Bigfoots for like a party of kids, and they'd all be fed.
So what about that? What about the square Pizza Hut?
I ate it as a
pizza?
kid. I guess there's some level of nostalgia again in it, but no, it's wrong. Pizza should be in a circle. There's no reason to have it in square.
Is that
then
what
you get the middle piece. I've complained about this so many times in so many broadcast platforms, and that's probably not great for my career. But the middle piece with no crust is the dumbest thing to be created by pizza, and it's only made by square pizzas.
Right.
The circle pizza, you always get crust. It's the
Well, no,
right way to do it.
it depends how you cut it because
No, the circle pizza, there's always crust at the end of every piece of a circle pizza.
Where do you get your pizzas?
There's
Every
always
pizza,
crust. What are you talking about?
No, every pizza I get from my local pizzerias, not chains, they're the round, thin crust pizzas, and they cut them so it's the party cut. So there are middle pieces.
It's a cut.
Who cuts a circle pizza in a party? Who does
Everybody.
that?
A lot,
Why
a
would
lot of
anyone
people, a lot
do?
of places? A lot
No
of
one
places
does a
have been.
slice.
Everybody.
Yeah.
No one does that.
A
No,
lot
I would
of-
I would take that pizza in and throw it at people.
No,
That's
but
what I
Craig,
would
if the pizza is
I've
more
never had
than
that
if the
pizza.
pizza is more than 16 inches, you can't reasonably cut it into
Yes,
slices.
you can. I've been to
They'd be-
Bocce's. Yes,
they'd
you
be like,
can.
Bocce does not count as real pizza. You want to talk
Well-
about bad pizza? When I was in my 20s, I lived by Bocce because I was poor AF.
Yeah.
When I interned at WGN Radio, when I was interning for Spike's show on the morning, I literally lived like at the corner, 4 houses down was a Bocce. And I
Wow.
would get off work at noon, get home, and you
Yeah.
know what? It was $5 for a slice of pizza
Yep,
the
I
size of my
remember all this.
my
Yes.
upper torso
Yes.
and a free and a drink. A slice and a drink, and I ate bocce every damn day for like all the time. So for some reason, when I was 21, whatever I was, 22, it
Look
was
at the
edible.
picture.
Oh,
Look at the
no.
picture.
Ah,
That is every
Horrible.
pizza you get from every pizzeria.
it's a terrible decision.
Every
That's a horrible
pizzeria
decision.
is cut that way.
The only
Every
place
pizza.
I've ever eaten pizza that looks like that is a bar. It's terrible.
Everywhere.
No, like
Everywhere
the little
does it.
the frozen bar pizza is what that is. Yikes is
No.
right, Scott. Yes, I'm assuming he's talking about pizza. Yikes is right.
I think he's talking about your hot
Embarrassing.
take.
No, I'm ignoring the rest of that. Yikes is what he was talking about.
Craig,
That was horrible.
I
Boy,
used to
now
be with
looking at
you-
these pictures, I'm very hungry for pizza.
I used to be with you, dude. I literally might
Wait,
order Pizza Hut.
I
after
want
this,
to
'cause-
go back to the Bocce's experience though, because I had a similar one when I was in
Really?
college in
I don't
Chicago.
know Bocce's.
When I was in Chicago, I would hang out in Wrigleyville sometimes, and you'd get pretty drunk, and then you'd walk over to the Bocce's in Wrigleyville at the end of the night. And I remember the thought that would go through your brain. You're like, I shouldn't eat that. Like everything that I've done this evening, like that's begging me to get sick. And it's this big giant slice of pizza, and you just sit there miserable the entire time you're eating it. And you look around, and all your friends who were drunk with you all night and having a great time, they're also miserable, also eating a giant slice of Bocce's pizza. It was the right way to ruin a night. Everyone
Yeah.
would go home after, like, I don't want to do anything else now. I have to go to sleep and probably visit the restroom several times.
Brian,
Mike
it's a
votes for
foot long.
Smarrows.
It's a foot long, right, Craig?
Yeah.
It's got to be a full
I would think
foot-
so.
The one piece of pizza is
There's
that
one
long?
slice.
Yeah, one
Okay.
slice of Bocce's
Yeah.
pizza is uncomfortably large.
Yeah.
enormous, like
Yeah.
Like,
unwieldy.
What's the place now that does it like that? Go ahead.
Well,
I
Sbarro
can't remember.
like is close, but like literally twice as big as Sbarro.
Yeah, no, Marta's wrong, by the way. If you cut a pizza into slices, every part, because the crust is on the outer side, and so there's no way to remove crust from a slice of pizza if you cut it into slices. There's no every single piece. You pick it up by the crust, you eat the piece, and then you finish with the crust. That's the way to eat pizza.
Craig,
Everything else is wrong.
Craig, it used to be with you. I used to
Well, then you got
despise-
wrong. Then bad things happened in your life.
When's the last
You
time
got
we ate?
confused.
I grew up eating pizzas that were cut that way.
Terrible, horrible.
No.
I feel bad for you. I wish that should be
Don't.
child abuse. That's
I ate
borderline
some of
child
the
abuse.
best.
Is what that
I
is.
eat the best pizzas in the world.
I would
Brian.
have called so many people on your parents
Brian-
for all the horrible
Brian,
pizzas they.
They didn't have Facebook when you were little. That's
Right,
such
but we
a
had pizza.
different world.
They didn't have
back-
Facebook when we were little, Cody.
Yeah.
But we had pizza.
That's true.
You get it from Aurelio's or San Fratello's or
didn't have
Arenello's.
Any
They were
Facebook at all.
delicious.
Good times. All right.
All little places. We used to get Molly Pizza Hut when her friends would come over because they, in high school and stuff, because they only like cheese pizza, which is,
Ugh.
and then you could get a bunch at Pizza Hut for nothing.
Marta throwing shade in the chat about geometry.
I don't know. I mean, it's
It is
literally
geometry.
impossible. Yeah, it's literally if you cut it into slices, you crust on every side. There's no
I-
geometry for it.
Not
I
every
still-
side, but every end.
Every end. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry.
At Jets, you can order all corners, which I get a small all corners.
Nice.
So every square piece has sides.
You know how else you could do that? Just cut a pizza into slices. Then everybody has crust. It's the other move you could make.
every once
you
in
could
a
do all
while-
corners, or you could do a normal pizza like a human being.
But if you don't cut it in the tavern cut, you don't get those little triangles, those 4 little triangles.
terrible.
Yes.
Those are the best pieces.
No,
Yeah.
they're awful. It's
But
terrible.
They're not the best. They're
Craig-
not awful.
Craig, I agree with you that the
You
best
just
part
want
of
to be John Travolta strutting around with a big slice of pizza folded
No.
in half.
I just want to be a human who has pizza and then finishes with crust. That's like every one of us.
but Craig, every piece has to have crust.
Yes.
No,
Yes, it does.
Disagree. Hard
That's
disagree.
part of pizza. That's
No.
the handle that you eat the pizza with, and then you eat the. And then
If
you eat the
I
handle at the end.
may, every piece of every pizza does have crust because the crust is what is under the toppings. Duh.
Oh,
Not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Schooled.
No, not schooled. No,
Stuffed again.
inaccurate. No.
Do you
Oh,
like
Jesus.
stuffed crust pizza?
Oh my
no,
God.
that's an abomination.
All right.
That
good.
is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we
That's
all agree
terrible.
that we hate stuffed crust?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All
Finally,
right.
we all agree on something.
Ice Bag John had stuffed crust pizza at his 17th birthday party at my house, weirdly, and he vomited.
Did he
or
bring
no,
his own?
he was in the bathroom all night, and I
Right.
don't know what he
Well-
was doing in there, but it wasn't good.
The reason why it's terrible, you guys basically agree with me now. The reason it's terrible is it ruins crust. Crust is supposed to be the pizza-free ending to pizza. It's just the bread crust. It's like a breadstick.
I
You have a
lo-
breadstick at the end of your pizza. That's awesome.
I'm not arguing the benefit and my love of the crust.
Mhm.
The end crust. But
Right.
I will defend till my dying day the tavern cut of a pizza.
No. Well, okay. All right.
The end of a pizza is sex. That's the end of a pizza. Every time I've ever had pizza, I've had sex.
Wait,
every
you,
time.
you eat pizza and have sex, or you? I need you to.
I like
Can I-
Mike's comment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let
that
me
would
check-
annoy the hell out of me. If somebody did that in front of me, Mike, I'd lose my mind.
Did
Oh,
what?
that
crust
would.
and then just left the rest.
Yeah, like flip the pizza the wrong way and eat the crust first. That would be so terrible.
Do you
Ah.
know I still have the phone number of my local Pizza Hut from growing up memorized? 226-1110. 815.
Wow.
They're not still there. It's not still a Pizza Hut. So
Yeah, don't
if you
call that.
call 815-226-1110, I don't know who will answer, but I literally still have it memorized because we called it every Friday.
Somebody
Pizza
who's
Friday.
going, we're not Pizza Hut.
We hate Cody. Screw
What
that
if
guy.
I called it on the
Every
air
Friday
right now?
you had that?
Yeah,
every
what if I
Fri-
called it on the air right now? Let's just do it.
Ask,
Wait, hold on.
Ask the
You-
AI to call it.
You casually dropped Pizza Friday a bunch of times. That's something you grew up with? As a child, you guys were doing Pizza Friday, and now you do it for your family? Is that
Yes.
a thing?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
beautiful.
So you've Pizza Friday'd most of your life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
that is a beautiful thing.
is
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
No,
so growing up
yes.
until we didn't do it when I was in high school, I don't think every
Okay.
Friday, but when I was little, yeah. And then I didn't do it in my 20s because I lived by myself or with roommates, whatever.
Right.
But my wife and I have instituted it for at least since we've lived here. I don't think we really did it in Chicago, but we've done it for
Which
sure.
is
in the
weird because you
suburbs.
lived on top of a pizzeria.
Dude,
Yeah,
we lived
that
next
is
door
weird.
to Malnati's, and we had to check ourselves before we wrecked ourselves. And by ourselves, I mean our waistline.
Wow.
Because, you know, but no, we.
Do you know who's in your old apartment? Can we go visit those people? Because you were in that apartment for so long. I feel sad that it's not yours anymore.
Me
We should
too,
go
yeah.
do a show, a podcast at their apartment. Let's try that out.
Is that another podcast idea? We just crash people's houses?
Yeah.
Hi, we're here to do a
podcasting
podcast.
at your place.
So
Yeah, it's called At Your Place, the podcast.
At your place. And the
I don't
people have
know
no idea who we are.
I don't know if you remember this.
Why are
but
you
the-
here?
You gotta build your audience slowly, Noonan. We'll build it one house
One
at a
house
time.
at a time.
Yeah.
Well, we're not listening next week. It's not going to be at our house. Oh, well, that doesn't.
We'll give them a little Bluetooth speaker when we leave so they
There
can
you
listen
go.
to it next week.
Branded. Yeah, nice.
I don't know if you guys remember this, but I lived like 50 feet from the train.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like it was
Yeah, I
it's
remember
not great for podcasting. I've been
no.
there.
That's true.
No.
Have you heard the
Yeah.
quality of most podcasts?
Right.
I think we're fine.
Way better.
I've
Let's
never listened to
broadcast
this
on the
one.
train.
Yeah, we're all on professional microphones, like
Yeah.
broadcasters, doing broadcast things in our
The
broadcast.
Now,
audience
here, I see.
That's what we
is
do.
now deaf.
I don't know. what's happening.
Fantastic.
I'm Darth Vader.
Nice,
Sexual
yeah.
predator.
Does Darth Vader have pizza? Does his sexually
Cody's
pizza
gone.
too?
I don't know.
Sorry. After I said I'm Darth Vader, sexual predator, I'm checked out. I peaked.
That's
I
on
would,
your.
say that that's a great podcast, but it's a better band name. Darth
Yeah.
Vader, Sexual Predators.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT
Yeah.
right now.
It's on Cody's business card.
Yeah.
What am I? All right.
Do people still have business? I got some business cards
I
the
do.
other day. Do
Yeah.
you have business cards?
Yeah, they gave them to me here. I have.
Oh,
them.
that's all right. Yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
made my own.
Nice.
Well,
Did you put a
I-
logo on it?
Oh, sure. A little. Well, I did it because I'm doing all these events. I'm emceeing all these events.
Yeah.
So I'm, trying
Do you
to
have
parlay
a Do you
that
have a
into more.
U logo? Is there a Brian Noonan logo?
I had one a long time ago. It was a
We need a new one.
caricature, but I
Nice.
don't anymore. Now this was just basically a shamrock in my name.
Gotcha. How do I find the old one, the comedian one? I want to see that.
I don't know. I might have some of them around. It was a cartoon. My cousin's husband fancied himself an animator, and
Nice.
it was almost like a Fred Flintstone
I'm a
kind of
fan.
thing.
An anime what?
Not anime, animated.
Animated.
Oh.
We had Cody, and then he's out again.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this is going to be cool. Finally, something I'm interested in that he has to say. And then, nope.
There we go.
No, by the way, the band name Darth Vader, Sexual Predator, ChatGPT does not approve. At
Really?
all. Not even a little bit.
Who would they open for? By the way, if Darth Vader Sexual Predators was a band, they're not going to be a headliner. They're
Can it-
opening.
Can I say my band name that
Sure,
I
yeah.
would have when I played Rock Band with all my roommates when I was in my early 20s? You know, Rock Band, like the video game.
Mhm.
Yeah, I named the band Double Desire
Wow.
because it was
Wow.
a misheard lyric from Metallica's Fuel. Because I said that they started the song by saying, "Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double desire," but they don't. They say, "Give me that which I desire." But they say it really fast. So I always thought they said double desire. This is a great story. I think that you two should find it way more fascinating. If my son ever
I
found
do
a band
find it
he needs
fascinating.
to
No,
name-
I find it as fascinating. It was when Debbie tells me she used to think
No.
life in the fast lane was why can't the Bears sing?
Right. I'll be honest. I wasn't listening as well as I should have been because I'm now in a YouTube or a deep dive Google hole of Brian Noonan comedian. I have so many Brian Noonan comedian
There's the
things.
there's the cartoon logo.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Did you do a show in Tinley Park at some point recently, Noonan?
Yeah.
Did you leave them laughing?
I would imagine. Why wouldn't I?
You had a whole nice write up in one of the newspapers.
Really?
Yeah. Duty bound Tinley Park trustee leaves them laughing is what it says here, and you're mentioned. Brian Noonan. He's in this.
Oh yeah, I don't think I was the duty bound.
Well, you
Public
still left them
official.
laughing, I imagine. There's another part. I know there's another guy.
I
It says
definitely
right here.
left them laughing.
Yeah, there you go. Brian Noonan. Great. I'm in a deep hole of your comedy. I got something about your daughter. There's a stand up about your daughter.
That's an old. Yeah, that
Yeah?
was the night. That clip was the night I thought I had finally made it. That I was going to be. I
big
I
deal.
shot that at the Irvine Improv, or
Mhm.
that video was from the Irvine Improv.
All right.
And there was a bunch of
you
indus-
own the license of this. I could play a little of this.
it's old, that clip,
Gotcha.
but it's probably funny. And I came off stage and there were these two agents there and they were saying all kind of stuff. And it sounded, I called Debbie. I was so excited. And the guy was like, we want to do some stuff. We want to do things with you.
Nice.
You were hilarious, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh man, this is it. This is when everything blows up in LA and I become the man. I get a sitcom and I leave Debbie and I'm start banging some models. All kind of crazy stuff happens. And then,
Wow.
yeah,
All right.
I had it all planned out. And then
Would she have taken a lot of money in the divorce? You probably would have just let her take a bunch
I
of
would have
money in
given
the
her as
divorce.
much as she wanted.
Yeah, just because the model thing.
To be honest, she may have just gone, you know what? Thank God I'm rid of him and gone off on her own. So I don't know. Could have been either way.
Okay.
I have a feeling it would have been the former, where she would have taken everything I had.
Yeah.
But then about a week later, this was after I'd taken the guy some tapes and some more stuff, and I did another showcase, and they were like, yeah, some of the people at the agency think you're too intimidating.
What?
Like I'm too, I don't know, I was not cuddly enough. My
There's a
persona
bit
was
about
not cuddly
cuddling.
enough.
You have a bit about cuddling on here.
I do.
Too much cuddling. This is from the same show. Wow.
Where are you finding all of this?
I dove deep, Brian. I'm in a deep Brian.
Oh, this
Noonan
is all that
comedian.
Irvine improv stuff. Oh
Yeah,
my
it is.
God.
I
But
got
it's
all
not
that.
from 2021. It's from,
Okay.
it's,
They put it up. They're getting clicks on your sweet, sweet stuff, man.
I guess
You got to fight back.
I should.
Send them a cease and desist right now.
I got to find this other write-up that supposedly I did.
I know an attorney with a radio show.
There
They
you
call
go.
her.
I know one too. It's a dude.
Oh my gosh,
Same place.
there's there's some old headshots on here. I should
Yeah, look
really
at you.
I
Look
should
at
really
you.
Google
You should-
myself
you
once
should
in a
Google
while.
yourself more, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, by the way, we all totally glossed over the fact that Mike said that he had a friend in Death Penis.
What?
Did you
I
see
didn't
that?
even see that yet. Now
in the
I see it.
comments? My friend was in Death Penis. I imagine that's a band.
They'd
and
opened for
that's-
Cheap Trick and Stain, so yeah, I'm guessing you're right, Craig.
No. I think Marta was making a joke about what Darth Vader, the sexual predator, would open for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just saw M. I didn't.
Yeah.
I should read more and
While
Google
we're-
myself.
While we're reading
should.
things, we also totally missed Gina's comment. I was feeling so stressed out, but now I've got a huge smile on my face. You guys are awesome.
Well, that's you're
I
welcome.
Thanks,
came
Gina.
into this
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
the same way.
Cool. Well, that's
Yeah.
I'm
And
glad
now-
we fixed it.
I feel
And-
great. They made me
By the
laugh.
way-
I'm drunk. I'm
Yeah.
really high. I'm
There we go.
really high.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
forgot
so
you took an edible at the start of this. Didn't
I'm
you?
so high, right? No,
Oh.
I'm not. I'm not.
Okay. All right.
But
That would
I
be great.
am.
By the
But I'm
way,
not.
Monique definitely said the most important thing that anyone said tonight. So that
Craig
one
is right. Craig is
There
right.
we go. There we go.
Wow.
There's more to it. There, you could keep going if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to read the rest of it, it's important. I'll wait.
I've
That middle
Wow.
piece is nasty. Need
Have-
crust pieces if
I saw that,
their
but
style, yes.
listen, every crazy take has supporters. Every
Monique, you're so right. You're so
every misguided idea has some people that will follow it.
right. Okay.
Soon
Oh,
you're going
can
to
I-
have them dressing in Nikes and purple
Let's-
jumpsuit tracksuits.
Let's do another one. Let's do a question that the internet hotly debated, and you
Oh.
guys tell me your answer to this. I
All
actually
right.
brought this up on my show last week, and my news guy surprised me a lot that he was on the side I was not. And so I thought it was pretty interesting. There we go. Yes, here, Craig, every
Is that
afternoon.
the,
from
is that
3
the
to 6.
show?
That's the show. That's the one. 3 to 6 WMBD. So there was this person in a drive-through, and actually this might hit on both you and especially Cody right now, because the mom seemed to be alone with a young child. And so, and I play the audio, but it's not really important. The mom's trying to order some sort of food at some restaurant. I can't remember which one it is. And I think it's a Panera. The guy keeps going, no, ma'am, your child is making too much noise in the backseat of the car. I won't take your order. You have to come into the restaurant or order on the app. And she explodes, and he stays more professional, but keeps telling her no. And the internet debated who was right, who was wrong. There was a kid making noise, but it wasn't crazy. Like you could hear the woman speaking. And she got super upset when she was being told she had to come into the restaurant. But again, I don't know why she was being told she had to come into the restaurant. I felt like you have to give grace to single moms. If you're a single mom, if you got a child, you just soldier through any of the crying and yelling and stuff. You make the order, you give the food. But everybody, or a lot of people on the internet were saying that the guy was right just because he remained more professional and didn't like fly off the handle during the exchange. What say
Shove
the
a
both of
bagel
you?
up that guy's hind end. No. If you're all right, listen.
Single mom, right?
It could have been a dad with a kid. She might
Sure.
not have been a single mom. She just might have been alone at that time.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
Sure.
Take the order, bagel
Right.
jockey. That's it. Make the sandwich.
Yes.
I don't want to hear
Yes.
it.
Thank you.
Oh, we're
Yes.
making,
Yes.
shut
Right.
up.
And I think we a lot of people will try to defend the worker in a restaurant or something because we've all been there, or at least a lot of us have. And there are unreally crappy, like, customers that come through places. But I thought it was so interesting because he kept saying, he's like, no, ma'am, it is too distracting to listen to your child in the backseat of this vehicle.
Shut up, you pompous hipster jerk.
Right. And she's like, how dare you not take my order? I'm going to like tell management. She did all the things that are Karen. And he just kept saying, like, it's my right to refuse you.
No,
you
it's
have to make
not.
the order. Yes, Noonan. Go, Noonan.
And let me tell you this. If I'm in that Panera and somebody brings in a screaming kid,
Yeah.
I'm going to jump the counter and punch the guy who wouldn't take her drive-through order.
Listen, it is not possible to say who is right without more information. The employee
he asked the chat.
The employee may have had difficulty understanding the customer due to the child's noise, and asking the customer to come inside to place their order could have been a reasonable request. The customer may have felt that the employee's request was rude or discriminatory.
I don't want anybody to be discriminatory.
No, you sure don't.
Right. Yeah.
I know it's discriminatory. I just
What side
decided
were you on? Were you on the side I'm on, Craig?
Yes, 100%.
Good.
I was on the side. You have to give grace to people who have small, and like, I don't have any kids. I can't put myself fully in the shoes, but like, I can get there enough. And the kid sounded young enough, the guy working the Panera, that he probably has no children. But that's not an excuse.
How old was the kid?
You can't tell. By the voice, it sounds like he's a younger person, but who knows? But I imagine he's probably a teenager.
He's an entitled,
early 20s.
pompous jagweed who thinks he's way more important than he is.
Right.
You're punching a sweet roll order into a computer. Shut up. You want the half and half with a turkey sandwich and some corn chowder? Okay.
Yes.
I don't care if your kid's screaming.
Right.
Get him out of here.
Yes.
Stay in the car. Here's your food. Don't come back.
Right. Yeah. No,
But
I think that it's interesting.
Who are you
I
to
think
not
it's
take
interesting.
the order?
I think it's interesting that it seems like the ability to have patience or empathy is gone. It's way more gone than it used to be, and that's a pretty good example. And then the fact that so many people that were judging it online were going the road of the guy. Like, yeah, no, that kid was being loud. Can't take that order.
What? Your job is to take orders at a drive-through.
Right. Yeah.
You're not leading a meditation class. This isn't yoga. This is why I don't like to leave the house.
Yeah.
Right.
I got you.
Because I'm to the point now where I snap. Well, I told the story last week of yelling at Jewel when the woman ran into me with her cart because another woman wouldn't get out of the doorway with her phone.
Yeah.
I'm one step away from blowing a gasket, like really doing something horrific.
She was a whore.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that we had already
just gonna
settled
wait.
that.
We're not gonna wait.
Already
I don't
settled
know.
that business.
I don't know
portion
what's
of
next
the
after
argument.
that sentence. I'm going to wait for it. Somebody else go next. I'm not going next.
You don't want to go next?
No, not
You
after
don't want to
that.
follow up with a question to Cody? How did you know? Well, we'd set the price. Duh.
I like that he put his hood on for that.
Well, he's very street. That's why
Now he is. Yeah.
if he had been very street, he would have called her a hoe.
Right.
right.
Dude.
You enunciated the R because you are truly underweight privilege.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
Here's something exciting. I'm going to be at the Plumbers Hall again. Last week I was there hosting the Chicago St. Patrick's Day Parade Queen Contest. Thursday the 26th, I'm going to be there again because plumbers love me, and I'm hosting the big corned beef and cabbage dinner, which is a fundraiser for the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee.
Nice.
They warned me it's going to be very loud because the place is full of plumbers, and I don't know if that's intrinsically a plumber thing that they're going to be. There's just supposedly so many of them, so I get to hang with the queen in her court again and former queens, and I got to wear a tuxedo again. So it's another big. That's why I had to get some business cards. Start schmoozing the right people, the big union bosses.
Can I just give you a handful of my business cards and just hand them both out at the same time? Just like they're stuck together by accident. I would come if I had funds to help funds, if I had funds
Yeah.
and a job, which I don't.
Well, and the bad thing is that I got to
sir.
go the next morning after being a big shot all night with all these and hobnobbing with the hoi polloi because the governor's going to be there, the mayor's going to be there, the mayor of Cork is going to be
Damn.
there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big
What?
deal. The news is going to be there. So
All of the news? That's
all
amazing.
of the news, fake
Wow.
news, real news,
Wow.
wannabe news,
They're all going to be there.
junior journalists are going to be
Who's
there.
not going to be there?
You two,
Oh, man.
obviously, you're the only
That's sad.
ones.
Yeah, I wasn't invited.
No, well, you got to buy a ticket to this one. I
Okay,
might,
all right.
you may get another invite at the end of April.
Cool.
Keep your suits. Keep your
You
suits
can't
handy.
sneak me in somehow. You couldn't just like pass me through
To
a
this
thing?
one.
Yeah.
You want to be my posse?
Sure. Yeah.
Because
you can seat
my
me-
entourage. I travel heavy now.
If you can seat me next to all those important people you just mentioned, I'd love it. That'd be
I know,
great.
they're all over the place.
I know.
The place is gonna be sick with them.
It's packed. Yeah, you're right.
Big. Oh man, big money.
I'll laugh
people.
hard at everything you say in the back. If you put me in the back, I'll laugh obnoxiously hard.
I w-
Noonan.
I
Oh
wouldn't
my
hear you.
God.
I guess it's gonna be very loud. I was
Okay.
already told don't try to quiet the crowd down.
All right,
Just
there you
barrel
go.
over them. I'm like, okay.
I'll bring a microphone and an amp. I'll be heard.
Yeah, set up a whole thing. I'm podcasting this. Didn't anybody tell you?
Yeah.
All Brian's audio is saved in perpetuity.
Right.
Oh wow, okay.
That's great.
He's very important.
He is. You got to hire this guy for a thing.
Sure.
And then his friend Cody. He needs to be hired too.
Yeah, Cody needs a job. What does he do? He writes AI copy, I guess.
He won't go anywhere. He's got to be able to do it from home.
Can he come down and do the work?
No.
I don't know.
No.
That's too far.
That's too far.
He'll walk downstairs.
Actually,
How's that?
I might, Craig Collins, if you're not traveling this month, I may see you in person at some point in February.
Nice. Sounds fun. That'd be
Really?
lovely.
In
Yeah,
your
we're not
neck of the
traveling.
woods. I may be in your neck of the woods.
Oh.
Ooh, that sounds
Not
nice.
for anything job related, though.
Just going down to Big Al's, take out some frustration.
I've never
taking
been in that place.
How can that be? You work upstairs from it, basically.
Well, I know it's like a block and a half away.
Well,
I don't
close
know.
enough.
The missus would find out. She works at the company too. I don't think she'd be thrilled. I feel like
What's-
she'd be
What's wrong with
less
Big
than-
Al's?
She'd be nonplussed. It's a
Oh,
strip
is it a
club.
strip club? That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, she'd
It's
be,
a gentleman's entertainment center.
she'd
I'll
be
bring you.
unhappy with
I'll
that.
bring you.
Plus,
That'd be-
like, they're not that fun. Can we be honest? They're not that fun.
You know when they're fun? When you're a big shot.
Oh,
Now, I have not been a
sure.
big shot, but I've gone with a couple big shots.
Okay,
Then it's fun.
sure.
And in Peoria, actually, back when Big Al's was at the old location, sometimes working at the comedy club in town, some of the ladies would see a show, and
Gotcha.
then you were
Important.
you were above the regular
Yeah.
masturbating clientele.
I got to be honest. If I went to a place like that with a big shot and watched him just waste or her waste a tremendous amount of money there, like I would want to pick the money up. A part of me would just want to take the money because like that's the wrong place to throw that much
No.
money away.
I will tell you this story, and I will tell you because the big shot has passed away.
Okay.
And he was a really nice guy, so I have nothing bad to say about him. He was a comic. His big bit was he was known for the "You Go Now"
Sure.
buffet. So, in case you don't know, all right. So I'm working in South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, with him, and first he was really nice because my car got broken into in the parking lot,
Mhm.
and when it came time to get paid, he was like, "Did the owner give you anything toward your deductible or anything for your car?" And I'm like, "No." He said it was my fault, even though they had a security guard in the parking lot watching the cars, and my car was broken into during a show. He wasn't going to do anything. So John, this car, it's John Panette. It was John Panette.
Yeah, we were there already. But it's
Right.
fine.
I know you guys were there. Some people
Right.
were. And I again, there's nothing bad about him. He had his road manager come up and try and give me $200 toward my deductible.
Nice.
Now, I had only met him a couple days before, and I was like, "I can't take this. Thank you." And the guy's like, "John really wants you to have it. You're going to offend him if you don't take it. You got to take it." Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm working with John in another time, and we're in Nashville. And a bunch of, I guess he had gone to the club another time, and a bunch of people from the Gentlemen's Club came to the show. strippers, all kinds of things. No, we were still in Charleston. And so we all go out afterward to the club, and he's buying everybody dances because I don't have that kind of dough. I'm not buying dances. I'm sitting in the back and I'm nursing one Miller Lite for 6 hours. You know, and he's buying everybody lap dances and he's going to town. Oh man, he was very happy.
By the way, the end of that Miller Lite must have been awful. But go ahead.
It was horrific because it was just backwash and desperation.
Yeah. Oh,
that's all it was.
Yeah,
it was just
lukewarm.
It was lukewarm. It was drool from looking at all these naked hotties. It was backwash. It was sadness. It was just filled with dread. It was, it was not a fun. Yeah. The last swig made you really hope it was your last swig ever.
Yeah, this was it. There's no worse beer than the 6-hour strip club nursed Miller Lite.
That cost like $10. Really? I could get 2 cases of this on the street for $10.
Wow.
Well, you're gonna get it with boobies?
There wasn't a moment in your brain, if you weren't at the financial place that a John Panette was, where you were like, man, that's a lot of money to be spending here on those things. There's no.
I knew it was a lot of money.
Yeah. But like, there's no moment where you're like, I would like to just have a few of those dollars fall into my hand. Okay.
No, right. I enjoyed what those dollars were getting.
Gotcha.
I got no shame in my game. I'll tell the truth.
Nice.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Well, there's something particularly rewarding about free stuff, right? Like we all like, right? We all like free stuff, right? So even if it's just like a thing that like, well, if I had that, I'd invested in the stock market. But like, you got boobs in your face, right? And like that feels great, and it's free. So I don't think any part of me would be like,
you made a great point.
I enjoyed it.
I was going to try to pull tickets out of my pocket of a ballet that I'm going to go to this weekend because it was on the free table at the radio station because every radio station has a free table, and I am known for taking all the tickets that sit at the free. Like it doesn't matter what it is, I just scoop them up and I
all
go
of them. You take them all, and what do you do
I take enough for me and the missus. I don't
take. Sure. Okay, so you take a pair.
I take a
pair.
Take
some of.
I take all the different versions of tickets that wind up there.
Okay.
They know that if there's 2 tickets that need to be used by someone, that's this guy. And so I'm going to see the ballet this weekend. Ooh. And as Cody said, it's free. Free. Yeah. You can't beat that.
No, you're very cultured too. Then you look like, you're going to put on your spats and your monocle. You're going to head out with your lady.
Yes,
correct. And they'll go, look at that. Craig Collins. He's a patron of the arts. You go, of course I am. Now, off to the booby hutch.
The booby hutch.
Uh-huh.
That's for rabbit strippers.
Oh my God.
This show. Wow. You guys.
Everybody was shot up. We're very excited you're here. You upped everybody's insanity.
What is the rating on the show now? Are we NC-17?
No.
Okay.
That's PG tops.
All right.
I could say that in first grade tomorrow.
It's true.
And I might.
We're NC 420 blaze it #69, man.
Well, that's not PG. Now it's not PG anymore.
Wow.
We upped it a little bit.
I am hoping that as drunk and high as Cody is, as soon as we're done, his kids go into another epic meltdown. And he's trying to handle it with and he's seeing like 8 kids. He doesn't know. What's happening?
No, dude, my son sleeps through the night. And if he doesn't, he's gonna, because I'm gonna lock him in his room. No, I'm kidding. That's horrible. I would never do that. He actually does sleep through the night, though, very reliably. So I'm not going to mess this one up.
Greg and Brian just stopped talking.
No, I was tremendously entertained by the father that took over in Cody, and he felt bad for the joke he made. He's like, I wouldn't do that to my lovely son. No, that was wrong.
But someday when your son listens back to this, he was going to do what? That son of a bitch. He's telling this therapist.
Yeah.
My dad threatened to lock me in my room till I slept. What are your dad hears? His dad heard us just joking about what happened on Christmas, and his dad was like, "Stop making fun of my grandson."
Wait, was he?
He did comment on Facebook, but I think he was kidding.
Oh, what did your
he said, "Stop making fun of my perfect grandson."
I missed it. What happened on Christmas?
I didn't know my parents still ever listen. Now they're going to hear me in this episode make a bunch of weird sexual innuendo and talk about being drunk and high and locking my kids in their room. This is not a good look.
Can I say that if your parents
potential employers,
if your parents have followed any of your career, Cody, there's a 0% chance you haven't made sex jokes like that before.
Yeah.
They had to exist.
Dude, actually, in high school, they had this, the Auburn, I went to Auburn High School, and it was the Auburn Knights, and they had the Mr. Auburn Knight pageant. And so you could enter, and you had to do a talent
100%
part.
Cody did it. Yep.
Yeah, you had to do a talent. Of course I did it. You had to do a talent part.
What was your talent?
I don't remember. Playing the saxophone
cute.
and wearing a kilt. Weirdly,
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
Like I borrowed one of my dad's kilts, and I played. I don't know why. It didn't make sense. But there was also a swimsuit portion.
Sure
And
there
right,
was.
I was like skinny, but I wasn't jacked. I ran cross country, but I was not hot. So what I did
Skinny
for it
fat?
was I took this like thick white lotion that just looked really thick and white, and I put it all over my body like suntan lotion.
Wow.
And so I walked on stage with this bottle. I don't remember what it was, but I've got all this white cream all over my body.
Wow.
And like I'm like applying it like kind of sensually to myself. Now keep in mind my parents are in the audience. And my aunt and uncle are in the audience.
Oh my
I've
God.
got like 8 family members in the audience. And I'm like just dumping this white cream and just like rubbing it. And then I like opened the front of my pants and actually started to put my hand down my pants. The two announcers from 97 ZOK were laughing so hard they literally couldn't get composure of themselves for like a full minute. And then they finally did, and they finished announcing my little segment. And then afterwards, the first thing my mom said to me when she saw me was she had like a newspaper or a program or something, and she like hit me, and she was just like, "Didn't you know your mother was in the crowd?" But like they were laughing. But yeah, that was their first glimpse of me doing something.
Was one of those announcers Pete McMurray? Didn't he used to work at ZOK?
He
came from
might
Rockford.
have. No, it was Steve Shannon and some woman, Steve and Stephanie, I think. But it was
that sounds
Steve
like
Shannon.
a morning show. Steve and Stephanie.
Did you win?
I did not. I was
What?
not even a runner-up to my knowledge. But I was
How do you
on
not
homecoming
win?
court. I was prom king. It's fine. I was popular enough.
Okay.
Wow.
That got weird. That got a weird humble
Yeah,
brag
there's
there.
a
at the
lot
end.
of flexes there.
Yeah, there was a
I
lot of-
listed my ACT. I listed my high school ACT score on my LinkedIn profile until like a month ago because my wife and one of her friends found out and gave me so much crap about
What
it.
did you get on the ACT? Now I
A
have to know.
39. A 39.
Okay, got it.
And you put it on your LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
Says the man who can't get a job.
You guys, ACT only goes up to 36. That's why it's a big deal.
I didn't. Yeah.
All right,
Sorry about
Santos.
that. Yeah.
I don't know.
How do you guys
I don't
not
know.
know that? Oh, wait, it's because you don't quote your ACT score.
I didn't take the ACT. I just took the SAT. I didn't take
Really?
the ACT.
I didn't
Yeah.
take the SAT.
Well, because you're in Mensa. So you don't
I know.
have to.
I'm also not going to drop the score I got on the SAT. That's not the goal I have of this show. That's where I'm
1600.
going. No, it's not
All
a
right.
1600. It was before they did the 3 sections, though. For a while, like you could blast way past 1600 because they had that 3rd section in it for a bit. But it's
Yeah, I
back
don't
to
remember
1600
that.
is the max. But no, I didn't get that.
All right.
I don't know. This feels weird. Now
What,
I
were
feel
you
like I
playing-
should say it.
He
but I
also
don't wanna
playing
say it.
dumb?
He also got a
Playing
39.
possum during the SAT?
Same as me. We both got a 39. Very
Yeah, I got
strange.
I got a 39 in the SAT.
Mine
That would
was out
not
of
be a brag.
Mine was out of 36. His was at a 1600. Slight difference.
Yeah, I forget how many points you get for putting your name on it. You get like 400 for putting your name on it. If I
Yeah,
got
a
a
couple hundred.
39, I got my name wrong.
Well, I had to be when Molly was taking hers and was like excelling. She'd go, "What did you get on the ACT?" I go, "None of your business."
What did you get? Let's tell us now. Let's do it. Do you
I think I got a
remember?
45 on my ACT.
That's
Nice.
not bad.
There you go.
At high school,
Molly got like a
like
33 though. So
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Good
so-
Did you
Lord.
take the SAT, Noonan, or
I
no?
did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm
The
not
only one I
telling you
did.
what I got on there.
Well, this has been fun.
About what
What
my
else
credit
did we do?
score is.
Yeah.
400.
69,
Nice.
420.
Wow. I dream of a 400 credit score.
I
That
did
sounds
not get it.
amazing.
Is that a good credit score? Is 400?
No, it's terrible.
I was going to
You
say.
said 400. Yeah.
I know. That's why I thought the joke was.
No, yeah, no,
funny, and then I was like, wait,
mine's
I don't
even
know
worse.
enough about credit scores.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Good
No,
talk.
I did okay on both the tests.
Nice. This is a weird place for us to end this show. If
It
this
is a
ending.
weird place.
Yeah.
But,
How did we do on our high school
well,
tests?
well,
we
that's
took?
because Cody threw it down as a weird flex.
He did, but he didn't even say the real answer.
30-some-year-old man. He's like, yeah,
I don't even
It was
know
a
what his real
homecoming
answer
queen
is.
and
I
took
got
the SAT.
I got a 30, which apparently is very high. Like 29, 28, 29 and up is like
Yeah.
very high.
Oh,
I got a
you were
1460 on the ACT.
smart.
The
A what?
SAT, excuse me, 1460.
That's really good.
Wow, that's
Which is
really
pretty
good.
good. Yeah,
Damn.
I know. I didn't study either. So like everybody tells me I could have done better, and I just don't care. Because
Perfect.
it's good talk.
Wow.
Now
Mike got
we're
a
done.
32, he
Now-
says.
I didn't
Now
wanna do
everybody's
the-
throwing
see, I
down.
didn't want. We're all this weird.
Listen, here's the thing about standardized tests. They're culturally biased. I come from an underprivileged background in a bad community, so it was that's why I got a 12.
Nice.
You know what I did to my standardized test? I stuffed it.
Wow.
Brought it back around.
Brought it all the way back around like a turnaround jumper that
Yeah.
Craig cannot sink anymore because he's
No,
old.
that's right. Yeah, let's do all the references. Only people who got an SAT score above 30 get these.
What? It's Mensa.
Boom.
It's the Mensa show.
Mensa. Who got into Mensa? Not you.
Mensa, I hardly knew her.
Oh, good Lord. All right. I'm going to give Craig some plugs because Craig is on every afternoon on WMBD
Yeah.
in Peoria
Woo.
from 3 to 6. You can go to
That show.
WMBD.com. This week, you can hear Craig Thursday and Friday morning on WIBC. He's in for
Yes.
Tony Katz, 6 to 9 Eastern time. And then Friday on the nationally syndicated Chad Benson Show. That's 9 to noon Eastern. RadioAmerica.com is where you can hear all of that. And maybe you'll hear him again here because God knows nobody can put their thumb on what this show is about, but people are laughing. And that's all that matters. What's your show about? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hour and a half of goofiness.
We tried to get Cody a job for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
something
listen,
that happened today.
We tried to get Cody a job.
Somebody
I
hire
think-
Cody Gough. Somebody listening to this
Yes,
right now, hire
please.
Cody.
or else we're gonna have to keep giving him advice every week.
Right.
You'd
Offer
think
him a gig.
somebody would have by now. They know my qualifications.
He
I
won't
give
leave
my
his
resume.
Listen to
house.
how you're drunk and high and locking your kid in a room and rubbing salve on your joint in front of your mother.
Great, because look, the viewers don't know this, but on the audio podcast, we close every episode with a pre-recording of me reading my resume out loud.
Nice. Good.
Which you'd think would
You should do it.
entice-
You should do it pre-roll, post-roll, and do it in the middle. You should do a resume every 20 minutes.
I love doing it in the middle.
Oh, no.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for
Thanks,
listening. Craig, it was a pleasure. Let's do it again.
Wait, this is the end of
All
the show? What?
yeah,
I
this
think
is
so.
the end of
We
the
just
show.
started.
It's 10:20.
Yeah,
We
did.
literally
We've-
just started.
We've been on for an hour and 42 minutes.
We have.
Yeah.
That's 42 minutes and an hour longer than most people wanted to listen. But I will say, let me say this. We've held on to more viewers this episode
Hey.
toward the end that so that's not too bad. But thank you, Craig, for being here.
Sure.
Again, thank you for filling in when Cody was on paternity leave. I
Mhm.
told everybody we had fun. We got a lot of great feedback when you were here. So you are always welcome here if you
Thank
want to travel back down to your broadcast basement and bunker and jump on with us. So
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
it's always fun. All right, Cody, good luck. Godspeed.
With what?
With
With-
I don't know, your
that should
job
be the
hunt,
end of
your
the show.
life, your
Yeah.
glutes, everything that you've been working on.
That should be the way you end every episode. Cody, good luck. And then we just fade to black.
Should be the way we start, middle.
Tell your
and-
friends, tell your neighbors, leave reviews, subscribe, whatever it is you do with podcasts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Turn this into Cody's job, people, please.
Yes.
Oh,
We'd
man.
love it. I'd love it. You want to end, Cody, or no?
Yep. Glutes, I hardly knew her.